Good night. Today let's do this special, very special dish which is dear to my heart, and this one is going to be a seafood chowder. Okay, for this I have just cut a few, one potato. There's say 5 or 6 of garlic. There's 1.5 onion. There is cheese, Kraft cheese, a small block. I have squid here cut into pieces around say 150 grams. I have got crabs that are cleaned well. Okay, you can see them. They are around half a kilo. And then I have the shells. Okay, this is wonderful, tasty. Okay, I've got the shell in here. This is around 200 grams of shells. I've got some bacon, around say 2 or 3 slices. I've got some crushed Sidapur pepper, very delicious. And I've got some corn flour, some peeled nice prawns. Make sure you devein them, right? And then we have some chopped carrot, say 2 of them, chopped capsicum, 1 of them, and there's some red capsicum, which is another one. There's some celery here, and I have nice corn. Okay, let's all mix this all together and let's do this wonderful seafood chowder. All right, so to start with, a nice heap of butter. Okay, a good teaspoon of butter, or maybe 1.5 teaspoon of butter. All right, you can add a little bit of oil. Okay, so we put a nice tablespoon of oil. All right, and then you can go with okay, you then add your nice chopped garlic. All right, and wait for it to cook a bit. All right, okay, so you need to gently stir it a bit. All right, occasionally. Okay, it's time now to add your onion, nicely chopped onions, adding them. All right, keep stirring a bit, give it a nice gentle stir. Okay, so once your onions are transparent, you can add your potato, because your potato needs to cook. Okay, so put your chopped potato in and cook it for a while. Right, keep stirring gently. Remember, your salt will be sometime at the end of this dish. All right, so after some time, you add your bacon. All right, your bacon, you can choose not to, but preferably I love this bacon in my chowder. So you need to simmer your flame and make sure your potato is cooked well. Okay, so make sure you press, crack one of those potatoes using the spoon, just to ensure that it's cooked. So now it's cooked, you start adding your other vegetables. First goes in the carrots. Okay, and then we have the capsicums. That's green pepper, red pepper, you can call it. Okay, and then the parsley. Sorry, the celery, and then the corn. Okay, so everything in there, a good stir. You can add parsley, doesn't matter, and your crushed pepper. Yeah, beautiful crushed pepper in there. Okay, so give it a good stir. Yeah, your salt will come in lighter. All right, nice stir. Yeah, it's giving a good aroma. The flavors are coming out. It's a marriage of various flavors together, and it's going to be a very delicious dish. Okay, it's an explosion of flavors. Okay, so here is the magic. There are around 6 beautiful chicken cubes, soup cubes, and they contain salt. So remember, that is the reason I said your salt will be lighter. Okay, you can add them in, and then you will realize that you need to adjust your salt as per your taste. All right, stir them well. The cubes will get dissolved in, not to worry. And yeah, you see, lovely flavors in there. The color is just like the beautiful Indian flag. So now you need to create your stock. So you need to put 4 cups of water. So that's the water. Add your water, 4 cups, and you will increase that gravy kind of consistency. It will be more kind of liquidish for your lovely chowder or the beautiful seafood soup. So after the 4 cups of water, just keep it for a good boil. Okay, you can increase the flame and make sure it goes into a good boil. All right. So you now just stir it a bit and make sure all your vegetables are cooked. Your potato is cooked. Everything is nice, soft and nice to taste and good to eat. Alright. So don't worry if it's overcooked. Doesn't matter. It's time now. You slowly start popping in your crabs. Okay. One by one. Voila. So beautiful. There you go. One by one. Put the crabs in, let them all get immersed inside and get covered with soup or sauce or chowder. Okay, stir it a bit, right? Voila, looks perfect. So you can separate your shell and then use only this part of the shell. You can just leave this away, or you could probably put everything together. Alright, so this is just for your information. So it's time now for you to add the shell. Okay, add them all, and again they all need to go immersed in the beautiful sauce or the chowder or the soup, and it's all going to marry together. And there's going to be a lot of flavors in here. There's going to be an explosion of flavors. Alright. So give it a good stir, okay? Nice stir. Make sure they all mix well together, okay? Keep an eye on that salt, alright? You need to add, not now, but sooner or later, alright? So as I said, time to add the salt. The salt, yeah, there you go. Add the salt. One small teaspoon is just enough, and then you taste, and then you make sure do you need more, or because you know it's a bit tricky in this dish, you need to be careful with your salt. All right. Now it's time to add your squid. Okay, your piece of squid. It could be squid rings. It depends. You can put your squid rings, but I prefer like this big, fat, thick pieces, and they are delicious. They have a lot of flesh in there and tasty. So add them in there and stir it as told you before. Keep stirring well, and keep your flame on medium heat, not high or not low. All right. Give it a good stir, and then time to add your prawns. All right. There you go. Lovely prawns. You can choose whichever kind of prawns you want to add, and add them in. Make sure you devein them. All right. Doesn't matter, but you know you don't need your stomach to talk to you when you don't want it to. All right. Now the beautiful Kraft cheese gets in there. You need this lovely cheese cubes because it's going to give you that lovely, tasty, delicious flavor with some beautiful explosion of aroma of these beautiful, lovely ingredients. You need to taste it to relish it and experience it. All right. Okay, give it a good stir, and then cook it for a while and let it boil. Give it a good boil, right? And close the lid, right? So once it comes to a good boil, make sure your squid is cooked. Your shells are nice and delicious, ready to eat. Your crabs are cooked. All your vegetables are cooked. And time for you now to add the corn flour, okay? Mix the corn flour with a little bit of water. And time for you to add the corn flour to make it thick right? That's the goal. The goal is to make this beautiful sauce as thick as possible for you to eat it very deliciously, all right? So now it's time to add your salt and make sure the consistency is good and time to serve. There you go. Lovely tasty, eh? Voila. Looks tasty, eh?